Linda Abbott. I will be speaking on, is the Electoral College still relevant in today's society? The presidential election in 2020 that ultimately elected President Joe Biden was fought with accusations of fraud. The president election for 2024 is fast approaching. We, American, will be electing a new chief executive for the United States. It is the everyday citizen that elects the new president, or is it an individual or a group of individuals elected by the people that will eventually decide who will be the commander-in-chief of America, who it will be for the next 4 years? The answer later. A group elected individual known as Electoral College ultimately decides our president and vice president, who it will be. One might question the relevance, what seems to be an outdated practice. Today, Americans are educated, understands what the candidate stands for, and are more knowledgeable about the current issues affecting our country. So why do we need an elected group deciding for us? So the question remains, now, in 2023, is the Electoral College still relevant? One must first understand what is the Electoral College, the true meaning and the importance of the Electoral College, and how it plays such a major part in our society. Electing candidates, we must understand its history and how it came to be a part of the United States Constitution. Many in our country today do not really understand the true meaning and the importance of the Electoral College. We have American-born citizens today who have no clue about the Electoral College and couldn't even tell the non-American citizen about its significance. According to the article cited, article of the Confederation 1777, the National Archives and Records Administration. The Electoral College was established in Article 11, Section 1 of the United States Constitution in 1787. It is a formal body which elects the President and Vice President of the United States. Each state has what is called electors in the Electoral College, which it has representatives and senators in the United States Congress. The District of Columbia has 3 electors. Question: do you know when the citizens go to the poll for the presidential election? According to the New York Times, Michael Gorhair and Nicole Daniels, is the Electoral College a problem? Does it need to be fixed? We are voting for a slate of electors who are vowing to cast their ballots for the presidential candidate that the voters desire. Most states require all electors' votes to go to the candidate who received the most popular vote, which means in election, who it shows which candidate they prefer instead of voting for delegates. The Electoral College consists of 538 electors, and the majority of 270 electoral votes is required to elect the president. Each state has the same number of electors as does the member in the congressional delegation. There is one for each member in the House of Representatives, plus 2 senators. With another president election fast approaching, we will be electing a candidate for the office. There are smaller states, therefore, that has less electors, while others progressive, and some would state that their not concerns are universal. Therefore, they do not represent the average American the average American citizen. Some traditionally vote for the Republican Party while others vote for the Democratic Party. Did you know a candidate who wins the popular votes but loses the election because of the electoral votes majority went to the candidate with 270 votes plus? Did you know the Electoral College was created because the leaders did not believe that the citizens were knowledgeable enough to know why and what they were voting for? At the time, some politicians believed merely the popular vote was uncontrolled and would give too much voting power to the greatly populated area in which people were acquainted with the presidential candidate. Others opposed the possibility of letting Congress choose the president, as some suggested the answer. An electoral college that allowed voters to vote for electors who would then cast their vote for candidate. The system was put in place over 200 years ago. Now, according to Harvard Magazine, why do we still vote the Electoral College? We will discuss why the Electoral College is no longer needed, while several reasons why the practice should be abolished. I will discuss there. There are three. All of the electoral votes. Such a system is anti-ethical to the democracy, even represent democracy, even as progressive democracy. 2, the practice invites presidential nominees to plunder, make promises that they can't keep. The electors themselves have problems because citizens need to have a real choice and not the safety net of an electoral college, which is a lack of faith in the American public choose who they believe is best suited to run the country. Secondly, the number of electoral votes remain stagnant. No matter what the voters' turnout was for any given presidential election, should a smaller state have more eligible voters casting their ballots than a state with a larger population, with smaller turnout get more electoral votes. Such a practice is a smack of voter suppression. According to Eric HuffPost News, 10 reasons why electoral college is a problem. Lastly, the electoral college allows the candidate who loses the popular vote to win the electoral votes. According to the Huffington Post, when such a situation happened at least 4 times out of 56 presidential elections, and it created a heinous mess. Also, conclusion. According to Purdue University, lobbyists wanted to change their votes, which, considering the idea, despite how many popular votes the candidate received. Conclusion. The future success and quality of life for America for the life of America.